All right, welcome back to another drive here, you guys. It's going to be a fun one. I'm heading on a journey. It's a 50-mile drive. We're going to see how much of this full self-drive can do. I'm going to put it here in full self-drive right now as we're heading out of dropping my kid off at tennis camp. So we're in a parking lot right now, and the car's got to find its way out of this parking lot. We're getting really close to that curb there, but it finds its way nice to the side, which is great. So we got a bunch of stuff going to be happening here. We've got a roundabout coming out. We're going to be going through a bit of a kind of backcountry kind of city. Going to head into Covington, and then we're going to get on the freeway, and we got a whole bunch of stuff coming on. I promise I won't talk the whole time, just on the stuff that's somewhat interesting, and anyway, so we'll see how this all goes here. So here is the roundabout. It's not going to be much of one because we're just kind of turning on the side here, but it does have to spot other vehicles and wait for them. So hands are on the wheel as always waiting. We're going to see our turn here, and there we go. So that car was doing a full lap around that roundabout behind us, but the car still went on its turn perfectly. So that was real nice to see. As you guys can see, we had the 360 camera up on the roof. If you guys like that, let me know down in the comments. It's a ton more work to set all these things up and then, sync all these cameras. So I definitely want to do it if you guys enjoy it. Definitely adds a nice perspective. A little undecisive there, but got into the right lane. Liking that a lot. So now this is good. This will be fun. So as you can see here, we got a 56-minute drive, 47 miles, and we're going to see how far the car can go here on full self-drive. So here we got our green light, and I'll tell you here in just a second what update I'm on, what software update I'm on here in just a second. We're going to make this turn here, cut into the turn lane just a tad bit, not too bad. If there's a car there, it probably would have gone around it a bit. So, all right, so now let's talk about what software update I am on. So scroll down here. I'm on the 2021.44.13, well, it's navigation, 10.12.2, the beta 10.12.2. It says pay attention. These cameras are like right here, are super sensitive. Even if you're looking at Tesla's screen itself, if you're on the full self-drive beta, you have to be paying attention. Automatically cleaning windshield dirty. I haven't seen it do that in a very long time. I hope that I didn't just spray my camera up top there. It's not syncing with my phone, so I don't really know what it's looking at the moment. But anyway, that's what update we're on here. I'm in a 2019 long-range all-wheel drive Model 3, and been on the beta now for, I don't know, about a year. I was in the second wave, maybe the third wave of people that got it when we had to do the first wave of the safety score anyway. And so are you guys still like fighting to get on that? Are they still letting people into that? I don't even know. I hear mixed stories that people have a 100 score for like months and they're not getting in. Other people are like, yeah, I got in with a 95. So I'm curious, what you guys are actually doing. So setting my max speed to 45, which is 5 over the speed limit, and I can let the car just basically keep up with the cars in front of me there, giving it a little bit of room to figure itself out here. So yeah, let's let the car run for a bit. One thing I'll mention too is that you'll see that there is up in the corner a counter. We're going to keep track here of just how long it ran on full self-drive before I had to intervene. And let's talk about what intervene means on this drive. An intervention would be a disengagement, okay? So that's when I had to touch the wheel, give more torque than required to keep it in full self-drive. So basically it turned off full self-drive, hitting the brake, and basically disengaging full self-drive. So we're really looking at disengagements here. There are times when I will press in the accelerator a little bit to help it speed through, an itch situation. For example, a car is turning out of our lane, and sometimes it'll wait a little awkwardly too long before it starts going, and so I'll help it out a little bit there. But other than that, I won't do anything to actually help the car drive. So hands will always be right here on the wheel, ready. Any pressure I put on the wheel is just to keep it satisfied that I am paying attention, and we'll go from there. Also, if you're watching the screen right now, and if you see a blue line in the middle, as well as a blue steering wheel up here, which may be kind of hard to see with the glare, let me turn my screen towards you guys a little bit. That means that I'm in autopilot. If you see these grayed out, then that means I am not engaged in full self-drive. And that's how you know I've touched the wheel or something. I'll talk about it too, but That's basically it. And by the way, guys, if you're new to the channel here and you're not subscribed already, definitely go down there and hit the subscribe button, join the videos. We do a ton of drives. We're gonna be doing a bunch in Seattle here soon, testing out what it's like with all the construction and everything that's going on in Seattle right now, as well as hit that like button for me. That really helps these videos move along. We also do a ton of installs. So this is my Model 3, but we also have a Model Y that we just bought, 2022, made in March. We're gonna be doing just a bunch of installs on that real soon. We've started this series here just recently in a video this week, and we're gonna be doing screen installs, brake caliper color replacements. We're gonna be doing all kinds of stuff coming up soon. Another screen like this, you know, the new smart ring, we're gonna be testing it out on it. So many things coming up, so make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment down below what your favorite things are. Okay, changing lanes to follow route. See, there's a disengagement right there. So you can see that the car there thought it had to turn the blinker on, like the blinker's still on. It thought it had to go right in the middle of those cones. I mean, I let it go once, it came back, and then it was gonna go again at the last second there, so I changed it. I'm not sure why it just did that. It's like it said to follow route, so it's like it didn't know. I think it's because of the construction. It's kind of messing with it. This is obviously very deeply in beta, and the construction is one of those things that it just, you know, hasn't figured out yet. And so, okay, now it's changing lanes to save route again. We're gonna let it have its head here. It wants to be behind. Frick! Sorry. Cut that guy off immensely there on that. That was terrible. Terrible. Sorry. Yeah, that was horrible. So that's something that is, I have never experienced it that bad. That car was literally in my lane, and the car was, first of all, I'm turning left up here. I'm not even turning to the right. And that guy jumped over, didn't want to be behind that semi, changed lanes again, but there was a car in my lane there. And so I pressed on the accelerator, took control because the car was already 3/4 way committed to cutting the guy off. And that was horrible. That was probably the worst I've ever seen on full self-drive. This is insane. I think that's going to be the thumbnail. Insane or dangerous. So let's see if we get some kind of improvement up here, and hopefully we let this guy pass so he's not behind us, and we'll get him a bunch more times on things. Okay, so I'm not engaged in autopilot right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, I'll put it back on. What the heck? What do I care? I mean, I'm not going to let it do anything stupid. I'm going to be overly careful here with this guy behind me so I don't hurt, you know, put him through too much more turmoil. I mean, let's say this is not normal. Usually I will go on a drive and it will be just flawless. This has just been an exceptionally bad start to this drive. So hopefully we'll see some kind of improvement here for the rest of this drive. But what we got to do, you see the overpass out there, what we got to do is we got to just take a left on that overpass and get on the highway. So, and now the one thing that might give me some kind of leeway with cars behind me that experience that is that I do have beta tester, full self-drive beta tester all over my back window and stuff to kind of give people a little bit of a hint as to why I am driving like this or why the car is. But if they don't really know what that means, then it doesn't really help much. So lights are green up there. We're going to see what the car does. Hopefully it takes it well, misses that curb. That's good. Which lane's it going to take? It's going to go to the far left. Excellent. And make the turn. Good. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay, so that actually was handled really well. And we're going to let this car in front of us go in front of us. We can see there it goes. It just now acknowledged it. And now we are going to be entering onto the highway. This is Highway 18. And any second now, it's going to turn off of Full South Drive, City Street driving. And it's going to go onto the regular auto steer, autopilot, navigate on autopilot, I guess you would call it. Or not. Holy cow, are we actually on like level... Oh, there we go. I was like, did we get some crazy update I didn't know about? All right, cool. So, okay, so here we are. Now we have switched to navigate on autopilot and waved at that lady for the 5th time. You know, she gave me like 8 death stares. And you know what? I deserved 100% of that. That was incredibly embarrassing. So, you know what? She sees cameras mounted around the car. And my car, it's very clear that my car is a part of some kind of YouTube or something because of all the markings on it and everything. So anyway, hopefully she responded to that. So let's just see how we've got, any kind of changes coming up in here. I'm going to blast this on fast forward here, and let's get to some of this highway stuff. Now the car is changing lanes out of the passing lanes. You can cancel that if you're not if you're like, well, I don't want you to get over because we're gonna just get over again. But I like how it does. I think the car actually does a pretty darn good job getting you out of lanes when you should not be in a lane. So I'm actually okay with how that all worked. And like I said, here we go again. We're now going up a hill, so the car is going to want to change lanes again, and so it's going on. So ever since that one kind of, I would say, epic failure on that main arterial there going through Covington, we cut out that lady, it's been pretty flawless ever since then. I've been pretty happy with it. A lot of jumping around there, but overall pretty good. All right, we have less than a mile until we have to take our exit, and we are getting into a bit of congestion here. So we're going to be exiting to the right, and this lane, if you don't want to take the exit coming up, you got to get over. So the car slowed down, let the semis get in. So I think they handled that really well. And now what I'm hoping happens is that the car stays here in this lane. So this guy, he's flashers. Okay, I'm hoping the car stays here in this lane, doesn't get over it, and then tries to get back in again to maintain the speed. That's what you would do as a normal human driver who's driving properly. So let's see if that happens. Right now it's looking like that is going to be the case. Sometimes though what it will do is it'll jump out of the line, try to go around the cars and then get back in again, but then now you're cutting in at the very last minute, and obviously that's like a rude way to drive. And it's gotten a lot better over the years at doing that, or the year or so. So I'm glad to see it did not do that. We stayed, maintained the lane we needed to be in. So that's good. So here we go. We're going to take this exit right here, or this merge, I guess you'd say, onto I-5, which is, again, a much bigger 5-lane freeway we're going to be entering onto here. And so we'll see. This is going to go up on this big kind of swirling overpass and then enter right onto it. So we'll see how well it handles this here. And we don't want to get into that lane either. We need to stay in this left lane. Another situation where if you got into that lane to try to go faster, it may be very hard to get back in at the end, and people are going to get really pissed off. So hopefully it stays here in the left lane, which is one we need to be in. And up here you can see that the car knows you could be in the left too, and we want it to stay in the far left. See how it does here. Okay, now it's recognizing that it has to only be in the left lane, so hopefully that's telling the system there to not make any changes. The reason why I talk about this is in the past, it has done this. Okay, so it stayed and navigated in autopilot even though we were kind of off the freeway road there. It used to jump back and forth on that, so it seems like that might be cleaned up. And here we go. We do have to merge over. Our lane does end here. There's no cars right beside us. It's gonna turn on its blinker, which is really good that it used the blinker on this one. Right on. Excellent. That was real good. So the rest of this drive is pretty much all just highway freeway like this. Nothing too exciting. It was interesting to take it out today and do a little bit of a mixed drive, going through a city of Covington there, some little back roads, getting on a highway, merging onto a freeway. Overall, I only have one complaint about the drive, and that was just that interaction with that garbage truck and that lady behind me. I mean, she didn't do anything wrong, of course. She was just, doing normal driving, but the car, did that zigzag thing. I don't know. It just was a little awkward, and I've never had the car try to get over when a car was that close beside us. So that was something that I hope I don't see too much more. But anyway, definitely, need to send that kind of stuff when you see that to Tesla. A lot of times when I'm doing drives, I'm yapping so much I forget to send it, but always, anytime something like that happens, send that over to Tesla. It's so important. But also, when you disengage it like I did, you don't really need to. When you do a forced disengagement, it automatically sends it back to Tesla as well, so Tesla did get that footage. Where you really need to remember to send it is if the car does something that you're not comfortable with or that's wrong, but it didn't lead to a disengagement, well then Tesla doesn't know about it. So then you definitely want to just tap there and send it. So yeah, so this is going to be a pretty easy drive back. And anyway, so thanks for watching, everybody, and appreciate you guys coming to the channel. Please, again, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what keeps these videos rolling. That's what pays for this to continue. So if you enjoy this, make sure and hit the like, leave a comment down below, and even just hey, thanks for the video, whatever is on your mind. I really appreciate that. It does a lot.